Stop me if you can. V for victory. Sir Keith. Have you noticed this about me? I've got a V. There. You want a poster boy, Sir Keith? Well, I'm 61. I think I'm older than you know. I remember seeing you. I remember I remember seeing you, boy, Sir Keith, in the Grasshopper in West Durham. I think it was you. Give it full biscuits today in PMQs. I am a poster boy for the Labour Party. Sorry, RAF and Tory. You never had me. And if you notice, right, I'm not an Oasis from Manchester. I'm no monobrow. And my forehead isn't going towards a 45-degree daft angle like certain couple of Tory MPs that shall not be mentioned. Okay, that Lee Anderson one, and oh God, what's the other one? Oh Christ, I've forgotten his name now. He's been about in the last day or two. Yeah, I know, but she didn't say anything wrong. You know, she might have been slightly insensitive, but what she said, you know, all her life, she's had to put up with. As soon as she goes out to the front door, yes, racism. I'm Welsh, but thankfully I've got white skin. But as soon as I open my mouth, it's either a sheepshagger or Tom Jones is in the building, comes out, and the tone goes down to ludicrous. Parties had it. Jews are well known for their fascination with money. Yeah. And African ancestral people. I've been carted around from pillar to post for hundreds of years. You know, Diana, but didn't choose to live in London. History and consequences caused it. Was her mother a nurse in the 1950s? There were so many nurses from the Caribbean, Africa via Caribbean, and came to work in the UK. Susan, my mother was a nurse. She was 18 in 1950 and started her NHS training. There were no training schools around here in Carmarthenshire, West Wales. So at 18, she went to Bolingbroke Hospital, south of the Thames in London. She loved it there. But then the smogs appeared, and she's always had weak limbs since young. And she had to come home. The doctors in the hospital said, get out here, get back home to Wales to get some clean air. Because, oh no, my God. And funnily enough, my local town where I was born in, actually in house, Carmarthen, had started up an NHS nurses training school. So she went there instead after a couple of years in Bolingbroke Hospital in Barnes. I think it's Barnes, isn't it? Right next to the South Circular. Yeah, I could write a book on my mother. My God. Did she put energy into her job? She was absolutely 100% committed. It's not, some people don't like to hear it, but me and my brother knew very early we came second best to the NHS. My God, did my mother complain about Margaret Thatcher in the 1980s? Aye. And then the Royal RCN, Royal College of Nurses, in about, what was it, 1986 was it? They decided to set up the RCN's been going since about after the First World War. And in about 1986, they decided they were getting nowhere getting a pay rise off Margaret Thatcher and that, I don't know, was it Geoffrey Howe then? Or was it that Cook's father, Lawton, Nigel Lawson. Anyway, they decided to become a trade union, not a college of vocationalists. They decided to become a trade union. And with ACAS and all the rest of the business and independent people within here, they got a vast pay rise. Oh, doesn't history, so Keith, doesn't history repeat itself, doesn't it? Yeah, what's happened to the NHS? Junior doctors being paid less than bloody fast food managers. It doesn't make sense, man. Doesn't make, excuse my French, fucking sense. Tory Merrills. Je suis parlé français. Ami cher camarade, give it. German, Spanish, Italian. I'm an European. Brexit is nonsense. Yeah. Well, go for it today, Sir Keith, in PMQs. You've got an open goal there in Oxted Leisure Centre. I do remember you in the Grasshopper in Westerham. I do. I can spot interesting people. You all want to know me. Yeah. Alison Goldframp from Alton in Hampshire. Bloody hell. Bumped into her in 1989 and 88, 89, somewhere. Yeah. And the number of songs she mentions me, I was unfortunate. Pilots, the song Alison Goldframp sang. Utopia. When I'm with you. dear God, there's been so many. How can you just pick one? Oh, never mind this. I'm strong. Yeah, all the best to Mrs Starmer, the nurse. Definitely a great lady. Best of the kiddies. My daughter lives in Mustrum. Sorry. Being intoxicated by the M25 passing nearby. Oh, what a fuss this is now, isn't it? Trying to clean up the London smogs, London Mayor and everything. Oh, God. The Tories are trying to make. Anyway, bugger all this. Tories, they're bloody useless. Tories are just a bunch of bitches and bastards. I'll be watching Sir Keith now. I'll be watching you midday today. Give it both barrels, especially today. The last week has been absolutely pathetic, isn't it? Rab and Sudan and God knows what. Sewage in the... Aye. Southeast England now, right? They get their water from the limestone underneath, the chalk rivers underneath in Surrey especially. And all this shit in the rivers is feeding down and it's infecting the water. It's sending you to drink. You know. Anyway, oh my God. Over 30 minutes. Ah, this country's in the right mess. Anyway, all the best.